Pledge
Microphone.
allegiance and a prayer. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Paul, would you please?
Father in Lord, we come before you again today and thanking you again for this day that you have granted us and allowed us to have. Pray, Father, that you continue to keep our community safe. Pray, Father, that we continue to do your will and continue to please you. Father, we thank you for the country that we live in. Father, we just ask you to lead it and to guide it. Keep all of us in the name of our Lord, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, we've got the 2026 budget public hearing. She said I needed to.
Read the highlighted.
Okay. Public hearing date is Monday, October 6, 2025. The adoption meeting date is Monday, October 20th, 2025. The adoption meeting time will be 7 p.m. And the budget estimate is $1,372,603. Do you have anything else?
But we'll adopt it on.
I did
You said
that.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Okay. So that's all we need on that, right?
And we have to open the floor to public comment.
Okay. Would anyone like to make any public comments? Okay.
And close it, I think.
We
We
can,
approve it and close it, or just close it?
We just closed it.
okay, the public hearing is now closed. We'll move on to approval of minutes. Everybody have a chance to look those over?
Yes. I motion to approve the minutes from September 15th.
I'll second.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those not in favor, nay. That motion carries. Department reports, do we have anything that we need to share? I know we do that the first meeting of the month. Okay. Nothing?
Alex is at a football meet, that's why he's not here.
All right. Old business, Commonwealth Engineers.
Okay, do you have a copy of that? I have a copy of it too.
So,
Your turn.
I'm sorry?
She asked
Did
if
you
you have
bring
a
a
copy of
copy?
it.
Oh, yes.
Do you not want mine? Use yours?
No, we can, that's fine.
His is marked where to sign or yours.
Mine is too, but it's fine.
I figured that.
So I've got a handout. This is an update for everybody on each project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There might be two.
Now here, I got two.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first item is the Water Utility Improvements Project Phase 2. Just wanted to let you guys know, if you remember, we had a partial contract with you guys. And we've basically used that up. We've made tremendous progress so far. We've completed the topographic survey of the water treatment plant site. The original certified boundary survey's been completed. Aaron, we turned that into the attorney. I don't know if you've heard back from him or not yet.
My understanding, I spoke with the appraiser again today, she thinks she'll have the final report to us by next week. And once we have the final appraisal, that's what the attorney will use to send the offer, the official offer to the property owner.
Okay. So just so you guys know, Tim from Peerless, they won't be able to drill well number 2
Right.
until that property is acquired. Okay. We've obtained proposals from the vendors for the equipment, prepared a site plan. Just wanted to get your feedback on this. This one's easier to see. This other one shows. This removes all the miscellaneous, like the piping and stuff. This one shows parking. that you could use for that. So as you can see, that rectangular parcel north of the park is the parcel you guys are looking at buying, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we have, I think we had a meeting, it was with Jennifer and Rich and Steve and Al at the Remnant. And we talked about putting the building down here just as a way to keep moving things forward. And then we would create a drawing, which is what we did here, and then bring that to the council to get any feedback the council has on this location so we can continue moving forward. So you can see where the building is.
It's here, right?
No, it's right there.
Oh,
It's a little
duh.
bit farther away than what I thought we talked.
So that's the kind of stuff. Okay, you want it down closer to the south. Okay.
So we thought right here, there's already, this is gone. This is no longer there anymore.
Mhm.
So when we talked at the Remnant, didn't we think like closer to the property line,
Mm-hmm.
not like so spread out from everything? Not knowing what's gonna happen. So Aaron, move it down and to the left a little bit. Not like it's in the middle of the square.
So move it down closer.
Okay. And that works with the rest of our design?
Well, they have the backwash vault there. Can it be moved or can it be right next to it?
Well, we just didn't want to make it too close because you get the foundation for the building, and so I don't know if you want the building moved closer, moved farther to the west.
Just
South
like
and
just
west, yeah,
south.
southwest.
I mean, can it, if you just move it south, can it
Yeah.
be that close?
Yeah, I think that's
Or
I
it
don't know
can
what
go-
the distance is. That shouldn't be a problem.
Or it can just move further north if it needs to, I would think.
We can
No.
move this. We can move this if it needs to slide a little bit over, we can. But I think that'll work. Just going south.
You're basically going right in front of the shed that's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just so it's not so spread out. For future users.
Mhm.
Just have a building in the middle of the property. That just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If you and then if you do that, you can actually maybe extend. We could see that parking on this sheet right here. We have
Uh-huh.
parking was an issue, right? For
So
games.
she's wanting to go all the way to the west,
Well,
southwest
he
corner?
said maybe just slide it down.
Okay.
So there's proposed parking shown here. We could get more spots. If this slides down, I think we could get more spots, and then we'll just have to. We'll want to make sure that the water treatment plant is completely
Mhm.
surrounded by fence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then parking has to stay out of that circle right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The little circle.
Yes. Now
Yeah.
keep in mind the parking is not part of this project. It's just
Right.
No.
Right.
we're showing what you can do with the property.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get what you guys, so move it south. Any other comments on that? Okay. You guys probably already know this, but Peerless already started drilling well number 1. And Marine submitted the RIF application today, which is great news. The schedule for the design is January 15th, 2026 for preliminary, final March 31st, okay? And then in terms of the council action, Jennifer's got a contract, I have a contract here for the full design for your review and signature. And then I believe Sean referred to it as a taxpayer agreement. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I don't know if we have do we have a copy of that?
So that is what the developer is issuing, they're signing that.
Yeah. And I don't know that,
Exchange,
I know he called and told the state he was going to sign that.
yep.
And at the early stage, we didn't have to have everything in final place, but he made the commitment And I think he sent it in to them,
Yes.
but I don't think we have a copy here tonight, but that's.
So the
more
council
just
doesn't
for-
need to sign
No,
it?
they don't. need to
Oh,
sign it.
okay.
No, no, yes.
Okay.
That was the developer agreeing to be responsible.
Gotcha, okay.
And in turn, if the town was going to provide some incentives, if that's the appropriate word.
Yeah. Well, what we had agreed was that their cost in providing that guarantee, we would give them a credit towards some of the fees they owe. And that agreement has not yet been drafted point by point. We have an agreement in principle. But I have to put together a draft and get it to them. And we didn't have to have that on the front end, we just have to have that before closing.
Yeah, that's our understanding as well,
Okay.
and I can forward you the email that we submitted to the Residential Infrastructure
Okay.
Fund, and I think I told you the director said that was fine, to submit, this is the proposed, this is what we're proposing to do. And yes, our homes contacted them, the Residential Infrastructure Fund director, and said, yes, we've come to an agreement with the town.
But that helps us access that funds that have a lower interest rate. And the way we pursued that was getting the value of their guarantee and their cost and offsetting it on our side so that they wind up paying about the same. But this helps us get a better interest rate and therefore saves the town and the ratepayers money.
And they agreed to spread it over 4 years too, which was beneficial to the town. So,
Okay, so that takes care of the water utility improvements phase 2. And you said you have the contract, you don't need another copy, right? Or do you want
They
this?
can just sign those, yours,
Okay.
and then you take one and I'll keep one.
Okay.
did everybody get this? I know I did. Did you get that?
I don't remember.
Here, let me
No.
share one with her while you're looking at one because
Here's one.
I've, okay.
Aaron reviewed it.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
This is what Sean's understanding was.
And Jennifer, I'm correct, we already received the first check of
We did,
availability.
yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
So Aaron, explain to me what made it go up $600,000? So what's the change order for, the task force, the amendment?
This is for all the design work that's gonna go into the new water project. This is for the building, the design of the new water treatment plant as well as the 2 wells.
What we already agreed to.
There are some
That's
concerns.
what's explained here
Yeah.
that they got done.
Right.
And that covers the,
And we don't currently have any contract to do that because that's a new project.
For the previous band proceeds, that's what we used to start out the
Okay.
design. And now we've got to hire,
Now we're adding on to it,
we've
basically.
got a structural engineer, a little bit of architecture work, a geotechnical engineer. And then, of course, all the design and permitting that goes with it.
And I met with the school. Nick and I did. And the school board agreed to pay half of that water main going from the high school to the middle school. So that line services the elementary and the middle school.
which was a blessing. And they're also aware, you said, of the TIF, right?
Mhm, mhm.
They didn't have any issues.
Yeah, we
with
had a
that.
great conversation with them, Nick and I did.
And I think as the council's aware, Arbor has to pay their availability fees and they've agreed to pay those earlier than they're due. We've already got the first allotment of that money. We will
Yeah.
have 100% of it by next July, and it will cover the cost of the design work. It will more than cover the cost of the design for this project.
Okay.
And those were just the water availability, not
Correct.
sewer.
Correct.
So because of that, we didn't have to go after a van.
Right. And so that saved us all the issuing costs as well as the
Yeah.
interest.
Yeah. That would add on to the project.
Right.
They've been very good to work with.
Can I say how grateful we are that the whole team of folks have been involved in moving this process forward? You, Aaron, Rich, and Sean Kleinpeter made great progress with Arbor Homes. I mean, it's
Which one's the original?
considering that they
Sign both
have
of
not
them.
made that decision
Sign both of
before a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
one's mine,
You guys
one's
moved
yours.
forward, so I
Okay.
want to make sure that Rich and you know how grateful we are.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win for everybody. Well, and while they're looking at it, I'll just say this. I can't push my button without it beeping. I know some people saw that we have noticed because we just created a redevelopment commission. The reason we created a redevelopment commission was so that we could establish the first ever TIF district that the town of Arcadia's ever had. It's going to be for 2/3 of the Arbor Homes subdivision. The funds from that are not going to Arbor Homes, they're going to the town. Arbor Homes, as we've said all along, has to pay for their utility infrastructure, their streets, and everything else they're putting in. These are funds we're going to capture to use for a water project for the benefit of the whole town. Now, one of the things you have to do since it's a residential project is you have to adopt a residential housing program. And some people were worried that means we have another subdivision coming. And I am not aware of any new subdivisions that are proposed or contemplated, but that is just a necessary step to create a residential TIF district in Indiana. And in our case, the residential housing program will be for the Arbor Home subdivision. And so that's why we are taking these steps, but it's not because we're looking at approving another subdivision.
This is only, which we won't know that, are we applying for a grant?
I think that we're looking at any possible grants, aren't we? Is Sean? Or is it just not?
I was just looking at the project funding scenarios.
Is it not realistic right now?
I don't think so. So for this water project, we are applying. We've secured the money from Arbor Homes, from the school, and we have applied for that residential infrastructure fund, which will secure us lower interest rates on the
Right.
loan. And then we're also asking the SRF for an additional pot of money.
So we'll be in the SRF loan 100% column.
Well, we're gonna get money from.
Really?
So then these
residential.
aren't correct.
That was done for the PER. You're looking at the executive summary for
Project
PER?
funding scenarios, table
Yeah.
ES3.
And when that was done, that predates any discussion about the RIF and some of these other things.
So does this have to be correct for us to go to sign it?
That does not, no.
No.
Because that's unofficial, because that's from, we create that table for the PER, just as
Yeah.
a rough estimate.
These are just different scenarios of
Right.
how we could
I
fund
understand
the
that.
bake out to. But
But they're not correct scenarios.
Well, because we don't know them yet.
Right.
And some of that we won't know until we get farther in the design process. And we're gonna have to go through that. But in order to get the design work started now, this is why they put forward the contract to
So,
do that.
Sean Kleinpeter will be the one that will actually determine that information as we move forward.
To me, it just seems weird to sign something that we know is not correct. We know we have part of some of the money. But,
Well, and the contract is for the design, it is not for the actual project.
mhm.
And we have the monies to pay for the design. in its entirety. It's the project, the construction phase, that we're looking at different options for funding, depending on if we get the RIF funds and how much money we actually get from RIF, and then the rest of it then going under an SRF loan.
I understand that. I just think it's weird to include a table that's not correct. But
Okay.
And just FYI, it's really, I attached that because it describes the project scope. That's really why I attached that document there, and not necessarily for the rates, or it's an executive summary, so just keep that in mind too.
All right. I'm gonna make a motion to approve CEI number 2025-03.
I'll second.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those not in favor, nay. Motion carries.
The next item was the stormwater and wastewater pump construction. So Rich, as you know, we coordinated with our environmental compliance manager to write that response.
Yes.
Again, we did submit that. I have not heard anything back yet. The smoke testing, we completed the 2 days of smoke testing, as Steve is aware. We've met internally to discuss that, and then we are in the process of preparing the memo. I did talk to Ben today. We might want to meet with you in the upcoming weeks just to make sure we're on the same page before we finalize the memo.
That'd be great.
And then present the memo on November 3rd, which is the first council meeting in November. That's the goal. And then the last thing is Langdon Crossing construction. Nick informed me that testing will start on November 3rd. So I've coordinated with our construction manager to get an RPR scheduled to go out there to witness all the testing. We've got air testing, manual testing, and vacuum testing. And once we get confirmation that it will start on the 3rd, we'll coordinate, get our person out here to oversee that stuff. And then on section 2, we reviewed that submittal and returned that back to everybody, and Aaron asked about it. I gave it to him. So right now, that's the current status of everything we've got going on with you guys.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else?
I do not have anything else.
Tim from Peerless,
Hey,
share all the great news with us.
We got the well drilled, developed. It's actually being test pumped right now. We're right around 230 gallons a minute, 153-foot pumping level. The well went to the 250. 250 where we finally bottomed out at. But it's producing good. And there's a chance we could get maybe a little more than the 230. At this point, I will say it's right around the 230 gallon a minute is what the well will produce. After the hydros get done, look at everything. We're actually going to, after the pump just runs for 24 hours, shuts off, got another basically 24 hours letting it recover, and then we'll pull the pump. And then I want to do a video of the well to see where the fractures are, to see if we can see where the water's coming in. And with that, we could probably set it maybe even a little deeper, pump a little more.
yeah, that's my question, Tim, because I thought the design was a 300 gallon per minute.
It's what we were, in the beginning, we've been a little cautious on the rock. And it still may. It's jumping right around the 153 feet right now. So depending on where the fractures are and what they look like, it's part of wanting to do the video
Okay.
and see what it shows. The hydros have to do all their magic and look at the numbers and then say what it's. But
And that's why it was so critical to get the first one drilled, so we would be able to confirm the capacity before the design's done.
Okay, the
Yeah.
original Speaking of design, we had up 300 gallon.
But you're saying that we can do it with 2 wells less than 300 gallons a minute, right? I'm asking Andrew too, I mean,
The whole, on the well capacity and everything, I'm not gonna commit to 200 or 300 or any of that until we get done with the test, the hydros look at everything and see
okay.
what it's producing.
Well, the main thing is we found water, right?
Yes,
And good water.
we did, we'll be doing all the EPA phase 3, phase 5, PFOS.
They both test all the samples today.
Yep. And that way we did all the iron, manganese, dissolved oxygen for any of the treatment stuff. So that you'll have an idea of what you're looking at for treatment of water.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
That's it.
Thank you for being here. It's much appreciated.
No, if there's any other questions, the water chemistry test results usually take about 4 weeks to get. So it'll be mid-November before we get those. And then if you want me to come back or after the video and see what the hydros come back with, I'm happy we can do that too.
Will that be mid-November too, when we know the background?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to overcommit for that.
Okay. Well, we appreciate it.
Any other questions?
Well, we'll just look forward to seeing you in November, right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Congratulations too. Yeah. Get out of here, Tim. I know, I know.
All right, Redevelopment Commission Board. Did you want to talk about that, Aaron, or?
No, I mean, we've got 3 of the 5 members, and I think you had found one person to appoint.
Todd Urick said that he will be here tomorrow.
Okay. And then we still have 1 open slot to fill.
I think we're gonna contact somebody.
Yeah, I can try to do that here in a little bit. See
I
what
mean, I can, yeah,
So you
reach
got
out to her.
somebody in mind?
Yeah, try sisters.
How did I know that's what was, you're gonna come out of your mouth?
I mean, it's not gonna be a very active board.
No.
I mean,
Especially for the first 2 or 3 years.
yeah,
Because it's gonna have to build up money
yeah.
before
Right.
it can do something. What I would suggest then is if the council wants, you can make Todd the council's appointment. And then that would mean Rich can appoint as president the 5th person, and that way we don't have to have a meeting to appoint the 5th person.
Okay.
So we need to vote on that?
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve Todd Urick to the Redevelopment Commission Board.
I'll second it.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those not in favor, nay.
But tomorrow's meeting, Tom
Motion
Pittman.
carries. Go ahead.
Tom Pittman will be here from Barnes. He's the attorney helping us with the TIF and the Redevelopment Commission, in addition to myself. It will really just be an organizational meeting. We're having a meeting on October 28th, and that's the meeting where the plan will be presented. If anyone wants to speak, the public will have their chance. Notice has already been published in the paper, and we'll be proceeding that way.
Okay. Anything else on that?
Not from me.
All right. 2025 amended salary ordinance.
So the highlighted parts in the amendment are what the changes are. Tracy Million, she resigned from her position. So I moved Heather Souter up to her position. And last week we hired a part-time water operator / street laborer. And so he was added also to the salary ordinance.
And just so you guys are aware, he's looking at 2 days a week at this point in time. He's a younger gentleman that's got a 2-year-old.
Yeah, he is
2-year-old.
actually a full-time fireman, and so he's working on his days off with us. He started out in Greentown 10 years ago and got his water license. So, and I think he's doing okay.
Yes,
And he's
He fits in pretty well.
Alabama has worked with him more than I have, so.
his wife's expecting any time in-
October 31st.
Yeah.
That's a very good day for a birthday.
If you're spooky.
That's my birthday.
I know.
I'm trying to avoid it like the plague.
Hey, it was great growing up with a Halloween birthday.
Oh. I do not want to be in the hospital when my other children are trick or treating.
And I will also tell you that I have not thought about hiring another person in my office yet. If I do, it might just be a part-time person for a little bit, just to cover vacations and any health issues or anything that goes on. But right now, Heather's doing a great job. She caught on quick, and we're holding it down.
I make a motion to approve the 2025 amended salary ordinance.
I'll say that.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those not in favor, nay. Motion carries. Any other old business? Okay. New business, Alliance of Indian Water? Indiana Water?
Nah, I spelled it wrong.
Says
That's
Indian.
good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's tough to get the state right.
Oh, sorry.
So
You're not a kidding. You didn't find it.
I am Scott Aaron. I'm with our apprenticeship program, and I wanted to publicly recognize NOAA for completing our apprenticeship program. It's a 2-year program where we train newer employees to the water and wastewater industry to help them get their licensing to be kind of certified in that field. It is not easy to come by. I know some of the guys in the room that probably had their license, they were just given books and told to figure it out, and good luck. And then that's kind of how we learned it. We recognized that as a tough way to go about it, and so we kind of helped them through the process. And Noah painstakingly went through the 2 years and completed the program, and we want to publicly recognize him for that. So we have a certificate of completion for Noah. Very good, buddy.
Good job,
All
Noah.
right,
And then Peerless left, he had a backpack for you, but not really, but they do have a backpack for you. No problem, congrats, man. Good job. Yeah.
We really appreciate you coming in tonight to do this too. Good job.
We're
Noah.
proud of you, Noah.
Very proud.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a picture before you.
Do you want to take a picture with the town council?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He's
No, just wants to get it done.
Yeah.
Noah was a stuntman on my cheer team in high school.
Okay, so utility supply. I've got a funny feeling it's you guys because it says that on
Aaron,
your shirt.
can you move your paper? Because they're doing a
Oh,
presentation.
my bad.
Are you or are you not?
Well, it kind of depends. I'm not sure what you guys have here. We can. I also have some print-offs and some folders that might help, or...
It doesn't matter. Do you want him to present it on the wall, turn the lights off, or do you just want to look at the paper?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, well, I mean...
Whatever you're most.
Whatever's
comfortable.
easiest.
Basically, I guess, start here. Brandon, you want to tell who you are, why you're here?
I'm Brandon Spears. I'm your day-to-day salesman. I work with Nick and Al every day on their water and sewer needs. You guys have a water meter system here in town, Neptune water meters, and we're looking at putting up a gateway to collect those daily readings for you guys. And Ben is our meter specialist here, and he's going to tell you all about it.
Just real quick, 101, you guys have had these in since 2019, I believe is when the system went in. So we're only 6 years into a 20-year life cycle. So this is all on the ground, and this is what's going through your meter pit lids. This is just the generic antenna that helps this broadcast the reading, the radio, all the leak information, that kind of stuff. Goes through your pit, and it goes out into the air. And this is broadcasting every 14 seconds, right? Every 7 minutes, it's pre-programmed to send a message that's 10 times stronger than the one it's broadcasting every 14 seconds. In the event you want to go from a handheld, which you have now, or you had, then you went to a mobile unit in a truck driving around, fetching those reads as you're driving by. That extra message is meant for an antenna that if you ever put it on your water tower or somewhere in town, that'll capture the reading much further away than the little broadcast. So picture someone talking in this room or yelling outside, right? Big, huge volume differences in the transmission. The reason it's built that way is because Neptune allows you to migrate up as you can or you want to. So essentially you're capturing a read a month, and you have some information that's stored in the register that you can pull off to do what's called a data log, so you can look through history and look for leaks and help resolve customer billing disputes and help them find their issues. You're capturing that once a month. When you move to the antenna, it's not doing anything different to these meters. It doesn't change their warranty or their longevity or their battery, anything. All it is listening at a fixed spot all the time, 24/7, right? So in order to see what that looks like, we do a prop study at Neptune. They basically said, hey, where's your asset? Meaning most of the times we look at a water tower. X amount of feet high, they know based off of where your meters are and the style they are, because they're theirs. They said, look, if you put it up here, here's your coverage area. And we usually see that coming in from 30 to 100% coverage. It just depends on topography. Here, pretty flat. You guys know your town. Very confined in terms of where the water tower is here in town. So inside here, unfortunately, I only have 3. Like Brandon said, it's a gateway. That's just what we're calling it. It's a
Jennifer, you want one?
receiver at the bottom
Aaron, do you want one?
with a power supply. And now that your water tower was just out there before the meeting, there's already an H-frame sitting down there, so it would just be 2 more pieces of equipment at the bottom. A cable run that goes to the top, and there's a 4-foot wide antenna that would be mounted at the top of the water tower. That's going to do all your receiving for all these meters that are chirping all the time, like I was saying.
Which water tower are you looking at?
Just right here in town, just south of
At the ballpark.
The
ballpark.
Ballpark.
We have
Yes.
2 now.
Okay, yeah, the ballpark, that's the one we did. And
All right.
you could tell on, I'm gonna flip this around too, so you can see this. They did a study and it said how many collectors, 1. At the time we submitted, there were 675 meters. I think there's 680, 81 or something like that in town. It gave us 100% coverage. Does that mean you're gonna get 100% of your reads every hour? No, because sometimes there's nuances of where that meter pit is and where this is. You know, but you're gonna get your reads every day, most likely every hour, and for the most part, every 15 minutes. We're talking about a lot of readings, a lot of storage. And when you come down here, you're gonna see green is good. You guys are probably kind of interested in seeing something like that too. So the yellow dot is your water tower and green is your coverage. I've done probably 200-300 of these studies, and I get very few that come back that look this good in terms of coverage. No one's here to guarantee everything's gonna be perfect, but that is as good as we've ever seen on a coverage. So a lot of times we might have to add a second one, or we just realize that due to some outlying area or low-lying area or high-flying area, whatever the case may be, we're missing a handful. But with 1 antenna at water tower, you have 100% coverage.
What about the new addition?
You guys need to help me on that. Where is that on this map?
It does cover it.
It's
Scott,
on here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Scott
down,
said it
It
covers the
covers.
entire Harbor Homes edition.
it's down to the southwest.
It's over
Well,
here.
you can see anything south of that thing in green is still good. So we can pretty well go all the way down to Cicero.
Yeah,
Top
it's-
north end of Cicero and
Right.
south end of Tipton, so,
Okay.
or Atlanta. These are very common, right? So you guys have our software already, you have our meters. You're just adding a way to read these meters all the time. In the office, what that does is instead of taking monthly data as a snapshot, you're getting hourly. So when someone calls in and says, hey, my water bill is really high, or has an issue or concern, they can pull it up and say, yeah, you've been using water as of 8 a.m. this morning nonstop at 2.3 gallons an hour. That information's on the meter, but it's not stored anywhere. So if we're collecting reads all the time, it's able to show you on every single customer exactly what's going on hour by hour by hour.
Can it
And
flag
right
an
now-
alarm?
Yeah, so when the information comes in, the software has a dashboard. On our dashboard, all you see is monthly reads. Now you'll see daily reads and hourly reads. So it's gonna start to profile saying, okay, here's my customer's been leaking for 24 hours. Then you can adjust that to say, hey, I want the next category every 2 to 3 days, you know, and you can see how many people are having issues. You got a top 10 users list that you'll see. You'll see someone jump up into that and go, oh, why are they using more than so-and-so?
And right now, when someone calls in, or when they get their water bill and it's $800, when they call us, we have to call the guys, do a work order. They have to come in, they have to get the iPad, they have to get the belt, they have to go to that location, download the reading, upload it to our computer, and that's how we get it. So this is gonna eliminate them doing that work.
Yeah, I'd like to eliminate the customer getting the $800 water bill too.
Yeah.
I mean, we try to catch it
Yeah.
as possible as we can, but
This
I
might
mean,
make it easier.
Oh, it definitely will,
So
because,
basically, every morning, if I understand when I did it, like every morning they can walk into the office, they pull up, is it on Keystone or? is it-
no, it's their Neptune 360
Neptune,
website. You guys already have the website.
You can
so
pull up
that has
Neptune
been-
and then it will show every flag from that
Yeah.
day before.
that's what.
Yeah. So, yeah, essentially what you have now is just, like I said, monthly, when you're looking at it, you're gonna see your entire consumption from the night before through the entire town, so then you can look and see what you pumped to bill. You store 2 years of that history, so as you start getting the water loss audit reports and that kind of stuff, you're trying to right size, here's how many gallons we sold, here's how many we pumped, and here's how many went through our meter every single month, every single day. When you click on that, you can see the highest and lowest consumer as of the day before to the next day. Then you have your leak flags. All right, if you have any reverse flow or no flow flags, those will show up on the same dashboard. So you can see when someone has an issue, you're gonna catch it within a day or two versus a 30-day window.
Yeah, and right now we don't have that. We have to literally go through
Right.
and be like, oh, 15,000 gallons, that's not right.
Yeah, and you'll notice too, if you have a huge spike in your pumped out, like what is going on, chances are it's gonna show itself somewhere on there in terms of flows and that kind of stuff.
What's your hours, like 12 a.m., 12 p.m., or 12 a.m., 12 a.m.? Because that's what his meters are at the water plant, 12 a.m. start, 12 a.m.
Yeah, so the same kind of thing. So the entire day's consumption closes out at midnight, and the next day starts at 12:01, basically.
Great, because he can tell, I guess, your consumption to his consumption from the plant.
Absolutely, yeah. And so a lot of times, like what we've been doing now, once we get that data, like up in Bremen, we took their plant meter, inputted into our system with a radio, so now the input meter is actually being collected through the system. We make that its own group, then we can deduct that from your 5/8 meters, or you can really get into the nitty gritty of it, but a lot of this stuff is coming in, so you're getting on your customer disputes or issues or problems a lot faster. So you can help them on that usage, plus instead of having a 96-day window to pull history, now you're gonna have all the access all the time in the 2-year window. So if you look at someone's, it's like, oh, they used 18,000 June last year, and it's 18,000 again this time, okay, that's their normal thing. So all that's coming in versus having to go fetch it, read in, readouts, final reads. You can monitor someone you've turned off, right? Now that that thing's listening all the time, if you had someone turn their water back on and didn't tell you about it, you can monitor them because you can see soft disconnect usage. You say, mark them on my side, hey, these guys are disconnected or turned off. Maybe it's non-payment, maybe they're out of town, maybe it's whatever reason, but then you can see if they start using water, you'll get alerted. So it takes all the information that's out there and funnels it into really simple to use dashboard. It comes, all the training that we can provide comes with it. There's nothing extra. So on the quote is the hardware itself, which I think is that first line item. Can I look over your shoulder?
Sure.
So that's the hardware that goes at the collector. Then the fourth one down is an estimate for what the installation looks like. You can use anyone to climb a water tower, but we have a group that does this as their basically sole purpose. They're out of Cincinnati, but I think they've done probably 40 installs for us over the past 2 years, because a lot of people are going this direction. They're kind of like, what's next? We've got the software, you're up to date on everything. It's like, what else can we do with our meters? This is your answer to that. So you can shop around installations of it, but those guys come in around $14,500. And that's climbing the tower, that's setting the antenna, that's running the cable, providing the cable, setting the power at the bottom, and it includes a check, right? So they'll actually set their equipment against it. They bought the same equipment Neptune uses to do this work. So Neptune has trained these guys how to basically check for lead line loss, pictures, all that kind of stuff. So I use their number on here, but again, you don't have to use them. But J&K Communications will do it, but they don't do as much in-depth work, but they'll climb the tower. By the way, it's usually anywhere from 15 to 20,000 for tower climbing, and these guys are at 14.5. But it's not coming from us. That's called a company called Aldride.
Okay.
So their new water treatment plant has a flow meter on both wells, on the treated water and on the backwash. Is there? It seems like there'd be a benefit of having that data integrated with.
Sure. Yeah, we take a lot of that stuff. Depends on the style meter, as long as there's an input, right? There's conversion boxes you can put out there that says, hey, this is going to your SCADA, this is going to all your stuff, but here's a spot for you to hook up one of my radios, and we can sort of split things and piggyback on our side if we need to, or can.
Okay.
We're up in Elkhart, we're doing like 20 sewer meters, and they're putting what's called an ether meter on there that just takes the sewer, because we don't make a sewer meter, so they bought them from, I think, Enders Hauser. Put those in, and then that lead wire comes into my stuff, and he can put my radio on there. So there's ways to tie into stuff that isn't a Neptune product. Okay. But no, to your point, yeah, the more data that goes in, the better. There's a huge side to the billing office, obviously front facing with the customers, and I think there's a really big side for the field guys who've never had access to the software before, right? Before it was just file goes in, file goes to billing, it's done. So the other efficiency for Jennifer's office side is as soon as she imports a file in Neptune 360, now they have to go fetch it. This will handle every single reading. If there's 2 or 3 or 4 missed, they'll go out and fetch those reads to get the monthly bill out just like they normally would. But you know, you're pretty much getting your entire billing cycle on the 15th of the month or whatever it might be. You load it in, read the meter, just send it back, you're done. Like there's not even.
Is it tied into our billing?
It already is. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're 100% connected already. We're just adding an asset to your system and not disrupting any of the other flows. And it's giving you guys a ton of information that's going to be very helpful in the long run.
We have a yearly contract now with them for $3,400. This new system will go up to $5,000.
Yeah, so the software does go up, but you think about it, you're handling 680 reads, 12 reads per customer. Now it's 24 reads an hour, you know, or 24 reads a day per customer.
So when we get 264 new
That was my next
residents, it's gonna cover it.
Yeah. So you're gonna
it's
see
not gonna be more charge. It's just the meters and stuff that's gonna be purchased.
Yeah, you're gonna see on the.
So they'll start reading them as soon as those meters. The
As soon as
system
they
will
get
start reading it.
within a mile of your collector on a delivery truck, they'll be being picked up.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, as soon as the radio reading the
Yeah.
meter.
Yeah.
Like the first 75
uploaded into
homes.
Keystone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll receive them and match up customers then, but
Yeah.
with AMI systems, there's a found meters report, so even if they're sitting here, you click on your found meters, you might see some meters that don't belong to you
Yeah.
because it's reading from so far away.
That's Amy.
But yeah, they'll be picked
We
up.
can bill them too, make a little extra money.
As long as they get the bill.
But like I said, this isn't uncommon. This is what we do. This is a lot of our trainings now. Tony Scott, myself, we're well versed in it. Neptune has a project manager that gets assigned to you guys. No extra charge. He's going to come up and check the work. Anyone does. You know, there's still all the same support you ever had, and just better data now.
And they have a really nice lady named Stephanie that answers her phone all the time.
Yes. Yeah, we have a team. Me, Scott, and Stephanie, and then obviously we have our sales team with Brandon and Eric and everybody. So.
My question to you, do we have the funds to do this?
Mm-hmm.
And then the reason we just have one quote is because we have to go with Neptune to make our system work.
Yeah.
We have one source.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want that on the record for why
Yeah.
we didn't get
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
can
we already
technically
have-
shop the install to anybody, but the actual hardware has to be Neptune. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Matches the meter.
What do you think?
I'm fine with it. We have the money.
Okay, you good with it? All right, I'll make a motion to approve this quote for $42,040.21.
I'll second it.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those not in favor, nay. The motion carries. Thank you,
All right.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
I really wanted the lights off and popcorn
I
and
could have put
stuff,
y'all to
but
sleep and everything.
Yeah, poor Brandon brought that up here and then you didn't even use it.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Sometimes we get into that, but just as a quick thing too, as you can tell here, this is, I'm gonna make it big real quick just so you can see it, but someone was asking about alerts.
Don't lose this sale by doing
I
this.
won't. But you can tell here, like they come in, here's the minimal, the first 24-hour leakers,
Yeah.
then they go to warning, then they go to critical, they start off intermittent. So if you, I always train people, look at your minimals first, and then you see those first few customers come on, and you can call them. If they keep moving up that cycle, they're not leaving my screen, they're just moving up into different categories. So yeah, that's just one of the more fun widgets, but there's a whole bunch on here.
Or Rich.
Greatly appreciate it.
We appreciate the business and look forward to it.
reduction resolution for MVH.
Yeah. So I have to reduce our MVH fund by $60,682. The MVH restricted that they're taking out of, so the state's taking money out of our MVH fund and putting it in restricted. Well, it's catching up to everybody. So I need to reduce the MVH by that much money in order to be positive by the end of the year.
So where are you moving it to?
We're just not gonna have it.
We just lose it?
Yeah. It's in restricted,
Where did
which
they do
we've
that?
spent.
Do you know?
The state. They want so much money, they want half of MVH distributions from the state going to a restricted fund to only be used for paving. Bridges, whatever. So, but they don't separate that when you do your budget. So when the money, it looks like all that money is in MVH. So then you take it out and it's catching up with all of us clerk treasurers the past 5 years.
So if you wanted to pave, you can still use it. It's still your money.
Yeah.
You can just only use it for certain things.
Mm-hmm. Which we only have so many roads, and
Right.
it's going to take me 25 years to build it up to redo Main Street. So
Right.
$1 million.
We are probably gonna have to look at, if we wanna do a wheel tax
Yeah.
next year.
But we have to go through the county to do that.
Right.
They have to approve it because our population isn't high enough.
But in order to keep access to the best possible community crossing fund,
Mhm.
you have to put in a wheel and an excise tax.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's also was discussed with my budget director.
So do we make a motion to approve this?
Yes. And you have to sign yay or nay.
Make a motion to approve the appropriation reduction resolution ordinance.
Second it.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those not in favor, nay. Motion carries.
But you really don't have a choice, right?
No,
Right.
I don't.
Okay, just checking.
No, this has never happened to me before. Then we don't spend all our money at the MVH.
Okay, any other new business?
I don't know if this is under new business, but I put this in your folder.
Yes.
So it's a NDOT roundtable on October 17th from 9 to noon. And you have to be invited. Not everyone is welcome. I didn't know if that's something that you guys wanted to go to. And it's
I'm
going
not
to talk
welcome, I
about.
don't wanna go to it.
Well, you're invited. I got the invite, so I'm giving it to you. It's at the Noblesville City Hall, and it's going to discuss Hamilton, Madison, Tipton, and Howard County roads. And I think I'm going to go, just because I have lots of questions about the traffic around here. I think Nick's going to go with me.
I'm gonna go with Jennifer.
So I'm just letting you guys know. But that's in your folder.
I've got an appointment at 8:30 that day. I won't be able to go.
I have no idea. I'll look and see.
Well, it's fall break. But I'm going to
Sorry.
be off, but I'm going to go.
Anything else, Jennifer?
No.
Public comments?
Only, I got one question, and one probably that'll answer it.
Alright.
The county's got a center line on 256, or planning on putting one.
Yeah, I just got a couple quotes for striping that, where we repave, so yes. I'm planning on getting that done.
Thank you.
And I'll just give you an update. Andrew from Arbor got a hold of me, and we met last Monday about the screen between them and us. So they're in contact and working on that. So they
And you're
actually-
satisfied so far?
They actually come up with something I like a little bit better, but they have to investigate it because we're finding out that the deer are eating the arborvitaes. And the arborvitaes will make a nicer screen than the privet hedge. So he was gonna have to deal with, or check with our landscape people and the arborists and see if they think there'll be enough traffic, deer traffic flow relocation that it won't impact it, because mine that we've got on the west side, they've ate up almost 5 feet. They just eat, they took us 2 or 3 years to figure out the deer was eating them. And so that's the downside to the arborvitaes, because they don't bother the privet hedge. But the arborvitae will be nicer if they could do that. So they are in contact with us, and it's going
Okay.
well.
Anything else? Dave, earlier I didn't ask you if you had anything. I apologize.
Like I always say. Now just regular old stuff, you wanna hear it?
Has everybody been out and seen that they've got 2 model homes
Yes.
started?
I went and inspected those.
Okay.
Totally impressed.
All right.
I mean, they copy every friggin' everything. And, I mean, that's a big deal for us, your home. But I was totally impressed with what they did with those 2 models.
Okay.
You know, they're not custom homes, but they're pretty dang nice.
Thank you. Sorry for skipping you earlier.
No, that's
All
all
right.
right. I've got 10 more, but that's okay.
We'll save them for next meeting. Clerk treasurer, we got some,
No, I have nothing.
pardon me?
I
She
have,
doesn't have anything.
I do not have anything.
Okay. And we've got approval of claims.
Mhm.
I want to take this time to thank everybody for being here again. It's much appreciated. Great presentation. She had me sold on it before I even talked to her. just so you know.
She had us sold on it too.
I think the ability to tell people before they get hit with a big bill is huge.
And the labor savings and stuff
Yeah.
too. Especially with Harbor Homes coming on board, that's just more homes.
Good time to have that information for whole batch new residences.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second it.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those not in favor, nay. That motion carries. And this meeting is adjourned.